Okay, the most important thing to know for your standard block string is ending in stomp. Stomp lets us keep a true block string and is safe on block. This is how you want to start all of your standard block strings if you think they're matching a DP, level 3, or a reflect. As a quick tip, you never want to throw a dive kick directly after your stomp in any situation, and you'll begin to understand why as we get into the video. So from here, we can add an extra layer with a key blast to continue your string and then follow up with a heavy, then restart your pressure with an EX dive kick. However, they will catch on to this very quickly and I wouldn't recommend starting with this layer. Alternatively, we can go into a key blast after our stomp and ignore the heavy attack as a whole. The spacing leaves us pretty safe and opens opponent for a down or a standing medium, easily resetting your pressure. Knowing all of this, now we can mix in your third low death shaker, but only if you have the bar to vanish. You do your standard string into a key blast and you use death shaker right after. The spacing here will keep you safe and allow you to vanish into your anti-reflect string for guaranteed pressure. Keep in mind that when choosing which route to take, always try to minimize your uses of the dive kick. Cooler has very tricky pressure with lots of ways to reset his string without the use of the dive kick, as you can see with the key blast reset as well as the death shaker one. So, going back over what we just showed, they seem to be reflecting a lot, and your pressure on a stomp and catch the reflect. Throwing out a low hitting light gives you a lot of space for a cross up, and thanks to Cooler's range, we can really keep them guessing on what we're going to do next. We can do 2 lights into a cross up, or we can do 2 lights and go right into our medium, leading into our standard block string. Them being unsure of what we're going to do next is Cooler's biggest advantage when it comes to pressure, so it's important to use all of his tricks to make up for his lack of mix-up. To explain further, once you've shown your opponent these layers, the dive kicks will be 100 times easier to make work. Once they are conditioned to block your low attacks, or to look for what you're going to do next after a key blast, you can start throwing in the EX dive kicks before your stomp now, or even before your first low medium. They will be so conditioned to having to block 2 or 3 of your low attacks, then when you throw in your EX dive kick before the second low, it usually always leads to resetting your pressure, or better yet, opening them up and then being able to go into a level 3. I know I've already said it, but I need to stress how important it is for you guys to not rely on Cooler's dive kicks for his pressure. You need to bring together his whole game plan, and after they've been conditioned to respect your strings, fire them out as you please.